Welcome to the Authentic Spiritual Journey, a weekly podcast featuring real and practical spiritual conversations from diverse perspectives here on the Experience of the Soul podcast channel. Today, episode 243, Made from Love. And now your host, Reverend Cynthia Alice Anderson.
Hello and welcome to the Authentic Spiritual Journey. My name is Cynthia Alice Anderson. I am the host. I'm here today in my home studio and I welcome you into the show today. I can't believe, friends, it's Monday, February 13th. Today is going to be a great, great day. And it already is. I hope you are feeling connected and supported, knowing that God is your source of all good. And we are enjoying this year a great deal on the Experience of the Soul podcast channel. So I'm so thrilled to be able to say that Dr. Donna Bevan Lee is continuing her show, Healing Your Family Legacy, and that we are continuing as well with the Magnetic Voice and finally with my kind of flagship show, The Authentic Spiritual Journey. And I know this is where you find yourself today as a listener on the Authentic Spiritual Journey. So it's always a pleasure and a blessing to have you along for our ride, our spiritual ride, this journey we call life. And I also want to start out first thing by thanking all of our donors. We've had some wonderful support come in, and it's great because I'm meeting with a Google ad team coming up, and this is great. The ads should be starting by the end of February. And again, thank you for subscribing. Thank you for sharing. And we love you. We bless you. We appreciate you. So all of the topics in February are going to be some aspect of love. All the topics are going to be centered around this aspect. And it's pretty important because we are literally made from love. And that is today's topic, made from love. If we were in church, I might say, okay, friends, say this with me. I am made from love. Let's say that together. I am made from love. So I want to take a moment just to breathe into this idea. I am made from love. The sense I have as I say that is this, my heart has this opening and there's this sense of connection with all that is as I say this. I am made from love. Quite honestly, I have this spiritual connection with God, with myself, with you right now in this moment. Even though I've recorded it in advance, it's amazing that as I record, I know you can feel the energy that I'm feeling right now. I am made from love. I'm pausing to give you space to feel into this idea. I am made from love. I am made from love. I just want to rest in that a few more moments. I am made from love. Part of what we are coming into realization of, part of what we are awakening to, is this idea that we are made from love. In our culture today and society at large, what we seem to be most focused on largely is status. And by status, I mean how much money you make, where you live, what you own. And in our discussion here, spiritually, what matters most is who you are. You will hear me talk about the difference of the personality and the soul. You will hear me speak of your divine nature. That's because I am not in my ministry concerned with your status. I am concerned with your soul, who you are, who you were born to be, what you are here to do. That will include what you're here to accomplish. It will include your gifts and talents. It will include even working with your personality. But what is at the source of all the doing and all the being is your soul. And at the level of the soul, it is so important to remember, I am made from love. I am made from love. I am made from love. You are a soul. So I'm not concerned with your status. I'm concerned with your soul. This has been a important distinction for me personally in my life and in my ministry, because for so many years I was a prosperity teacher, and I still love to teach prosperity. I will do it next month even at Unity North Tampa for a whole week. But the reason I don't solely teach prosperity is because that topic tends to draw people that are most concerned with money. And I enjoy talking more about the soul. Money is an aspect of us knowing God's abundance and us being in the flow. And I love to discuss prosperity, but my favorite topic is the soul, because what I've learned is you can have all the money in the world, and if you don't realize you're a soul, you'll never be happy. If you don't realize that you're a soul with a purpose, you'll never be happy, no matter how many things you have. And basically, every mystic I've ever studied in the world, like all the world religions, really including Jesus himself, basically said, God will give you all you want, till all you want is God. Right? In the Gospels, we see that we're told, just to set up for ourselves treasures in heaven, not treasures on earth, simply because the earthly treasures die, they rust, they corrode, they go away. In other words, everything in the world is temporary, but the things of God, of the infinite, are in fact that infinite, everlasting. So what we're seeking to do in our work together is to live from the soul. Our affirmation for this topic today is, I am made from love. I am made from love. I invite you to say that with me. I am made from love. I am made from love. When I allow myself to be quiet and consider this, several things happen. I begin to get images of how the basics of everything I need are provided without my ever having to ask. Think about how when you wake up every morning, the sun is shining, there's enough air to breathe, there's beauty all around you. Your mind knows how to think. Your body and emotions know how to feel. So literally, we are made from love. That we have within us this beautifully crafted divine intelligence that is always seeking to inform us of our next steps. That's always seeking to help us move into our next phase of being, and that lives at the level of the soul. I am made from love. You are made from love. To go a little deeper into this, let's consider that we are spirit, soul, and body. We are spirit, soul, and body, which means that there is an aspect of us which never, ever, ever changes. There is an aspect to us that is always consistent, and that is spirit. That is our God nature. So as a unity minister, one of the things I teach is that God is everywhere present and God is present in you. And I had a friend that said, well, what about bad people in history? Like, did they have God? I said, well, God was everywhere available. God was in them, certainly, enfolding them every moment of every day. And then somebody said, even Hitler? And I said, yes, God was everywhere available. But it requires us, dear friends, to listen to that God nature, to be in touch with that God nature, to act from this God nature that is made from love. So no matter what someone says, if their actions are not loving, they are not in connection with their God nature. But we are made from love. I am made from love. Say that with me. I am made from love. I am made from love. Again, there is an aspect of you that is never changing, and that is spirit. So then what is soul? Soul is your individual spiritual journey. So the basis of you is spirit, is God that never changes. And what is God? God is love. First John says, beloved, let us love one another. For love is of God, and everyone that loves is born of God and knows God. He that loves not knows not God, for God is love. That's really the message of the whole Bible. God is love. If God is love, we are made from love. We have love within us always. So that is the spirit of us. The soul of us is this individual spiritual journey that we have. Our individual journey is our thoughts, our feelings, our beliefs, our ideas. Our soul is basically what we've learned to call it very often is consciousness, our own self in the highest aspect of that word. Our divine nature, yes, is included in that because there's 3 distinct parts. And yet, part of us is changing. It does grow. It does evolve. This is the soul. The soul grows and evolves. This is our thoughts, our feelings, our beliefs, our ideas. So think about, when you were 15 years old, when you were 30 years old, when you were 50 years old, right? All of those are different life stages. So your soul is very intimately connected both with spirit and the body, right? It's like the go-between between the spirit world and the physical world. Your soul contains your thoughts, your feelings, your beliefs, your ideas. But that basis for your soul is love. So as we go through the world and our personality gets created and everything, we often can get further and further away from our divine nature. And what we're seeking to do in our work here, my entire ministry is about helping you learn that you were made from love and that you're here to be love in the world for yourself and for others. For yourself and for others. Give this some thought. If I'm made from love, what might be mine to do and be in this world? If I'm made from love, what is mine to do and be this day? As you listen, as you get in touch with that, that might be very, very simple. As you know that you're made from love, you may work in a law office and decide to mentor people. Right? You may want to mentor young lawyers because you have a lot of wisdom and you have a lot of awareness about the field itself and how it's changed and what you've learned. Maybe you want to impart some of that wisdom to some new lawyers. Maybe you're a teacher and you want to empower your students in a different way to know their value and their goodness. Rather than always telling them what they do wrong, you're telling them what they do right, and you're encouraging them and lifting them up and supporting them. Maybe you lift up other fellow teachers and help them know that they have something of value to give their students. Because friends, let's face it, sometimes when we feel like we're alone in this world, it's sometimes hard to get excited about what's next, right? So if you knew you were made from love, what might you do? If you knew you were made from love, what might you do? If you were made from love, if you knew that, what would you do today? What would you be this day to your family? How would you show up for those that you love? Friends, you are made from love. And I want to really encourage you to simply remember that today. See if that changes your perspective as you go throughout the day. I am made from love. When I can remember I am made from love, I'm a better mom. And of all the things I do, that's what matters to me the most. When I remember that I'm made from love, well, I don't have to take things personally and react or overreact. I know I'm made from love, that what somebody says or does, or questions from a teenager don't knock me off center. I know I'm made from love and all is well. I am made from love. Can you imagine if every kid in the world had a parent that knew they were made from love and included that in their parenting? Can you imagine that? Can you imagine if every kid knew they were made from love? Imagine that. The very fabric of the universe is filled with love. It's enfolding us every moment of every day. So as we remember, I am made from love, we align with the goodness of the whole universe. In other words, that creates flow and puts us in the flow with all that is. And so the nature of God is always loving and always creating. We can see that. We can see that by looking out our window. I'm looking at right now at my window at this beautiful palm tree and at a crepe myrtle. And you know what I noticed is they're always growing. They're always changing. They drop off the old leaves. They grow new ones. They sway in the breeze. There's movement in their life. This is what we're supposed to be. See, these things already know this because they grow from the sun and the wind and the right amounts of water. They're in the flow. So as we learn to live from love, we become like the things in nature. We become like the tree. We become like the ocean that flows in and out. We experience life as a deeper experience of flow and of love. When we remember this, I am made of love. It puts you in the flow with all that is. I am made from love. I am made from love. So if an aspect of you is spirit that is unchanging and another aspect is soul, which is your individual journey, your individual spiritual journey, your individuation of this spirit, you are the individuated spirit of God as you. If that's true, then what about the body? Well, the body houses the soul, even though the soul is actually a little bigger than the body houses the soul and the mind, right? So the body is the physical expression of your spirit and soul. Your body is the physical expression of your spirit and soul. So as you begin to come into awareness of your true nature, as you begin to realize you are made from love, it starts impacting the way you treat your body, the things you want to put into your body, the things you want to do with your body, the way your body wants to move, the way your body wants to be cared for and nurtured and loved. Those become different when you know that you're made from love. Those become loving. And friends, most of us hear every single day through our society that what we need is to change our bodies to be acceptable, that we learn we have to lose weight, we have to take a trim and a tuck. We have to get plastic surgery. We have to color our hair. We have to have our nails a certain way, blah, 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 right? This is what we learn. This is what we learn. But in fact, when we know we're made from love, what we start to do is care for our bodies. Well, what ends up happening, it's so wonderful. What ends up happening as you start caring for your body, loving your body, nurturing your body, eating more healthy, what happens is all those things of wanting to lose weight and wanting to do this and that, they happen naturally over time in a way that's healthy and supportive of your body and what it needs to live. When we start forcing change into the body, what we do is we're actually hurting the body and not helping it. So give that some thought. How are you nurturing? How are you loving? How are you recognizing that your body is made from love? You know, this may be a stretch. As I've worked with people over the years, one of the hardest things I've talked with people in sessions, one of the hardest things for people to do is change some of their habits that they do with the body. Often there are addictions to alcohol or smoking or drugs. There's often addictions to foods that are really unhealthy and bring unnecessary weight gain. And of course, all those are coping strategies, right? Without getting through the world. So that's what I'm saying. The more spiritual work you do, the more aware you become spiritually. And of course, that includes the psychological and the emotional. What ends up happening naturally is you being better to your body, you loving your body. So simply to start noticing, what things am I doing with my body that may not be coming from love? And friends, I guarantee you're going to make some shifts. And you're going to make them not because you think you should. You're not going to make shifts out of shame. You're going to make those shifts out of love. And those shifts are going to be real, and they're going to be lasting, and they're going to be important. So I want to give you a personal example of that. So it's been hasn't been quite a year yet that I started I did start martial arts about a year ago. I started back up with martial arts. And I did that because I was realizing with my schedule, I was doing a lot of great spiritual and emotional work, but my body was suffering. I had a great deal of travel when my mom was nearing the end of her life, and it was a very stressful time in my personal life. So I ended up gaining weight, and I was looking to get quick fixes for energy like chips and sugar. And as I started doing that, of course, I gained weight because I also wasn't exercising. So in the short term, I got through it. But after getting on the other side of that, after my mother's passing, I really began to notice I was not feeling good at the level of the body. I got back a blood test I didn't like. I'd never had levels that were that high in cholesterol and sugar. And I said, okay, it is really time to make a change. I don't want to do it. I don't want to do it quickly and hurt myself. Let me just give, prayerful thought to this. And so my process began of just wanting to move more. Well, as I wanted to move and got exercise and began exercising, because I was already walking my dog, but I was realizing I needed more. And I was really guided back into the martial arts. Well, what I noticed as I started moving more is that the movement was giving me energy. So I didn't need fake energy like sugar and chips. I needed good energy like fruits and vegetables and juice. So it was a great reminder to just listen to my body. And as I started the martial arts, well, then I got into jujitsu. And now, friends, I have really found the exercise that works best for me. And I feel like I've looked my whole life now for jujitsu, and I can't wait to do it. If I could do it every single day, I would. And so I now do jujitsu workouts 2 to 3 days a week, as well as walking and other exercise in between. And imagine that. Think about it. With all of that, what happens? My blood work got better. I can go off different supplements that were necessary to keep things in line, because I'm exercising and I'm eating better naturally. So this is just my own personal journey. Your journey may be different. But what was so amazing, that even though I was doing the spiritual work because I was in a great time of stress, I was still reaching for the wrong things. So I had to get a little more conscious of my body and what was my body needing. And it was being able to love myself, being able to love my body in a greater and greater way. So it was listening. It was still knowing I was spirit. It was still working with my soul. It was knowing I was based in love, that I was made from love. And now that loving entered into the body phase. So friends, my hope for you as you're going throughout your day to day, as you're doing your drive, or maybe you're cleaning the house or working as you listen, that you're going to begin to think, okay, if I am made from love, how does that want to present in my life today, this year, this month? How do I want to express I am made from love in my spiritual journey, in my soul, in my body? I am made from love. How do I want this to impact my parenting and the way I treat my child and my spouse and those I love? If I am made from love, what am I to do and to be? And friends, as you answer that question, you are absolutely going to be in the flow of life. You're absolutely going to be the one creating the flow in your own life and world. And in fact, friend, you will be in alignment with all the good that God has for you. So this is my prayer for you. This is my hope for you, that you will continue to do this spiritual work, that you will dig deep to know this wonderful, wonderful, empowering and freeing truth. You are made from love. So we'll end our time together today, dear friend, with that affirmation. We'll say it a few times. I am made from love. I am made from love. I am made from love. Bless you on the journey, dear friend, and I look forward to seeing you next week.
We hope you've enjoyed this episode of The Authentic Spiritual Journey here on the Experience of the Soul podcast channel. This channel is made possible because of listeners just like you. If you would like to support the channel with your tax-deductible contribution on an ongoing basis or through a one-time gift, head over to experienceofthesoul.com/support. The Authentic Spiritual Journey is copyright 2023, Cynthia Alice Anderson, all rights reserved. Our theme music is composed by Dave Croft and used with permission from RR Hot Publishing. The Experience of the Soul podcast channel is a production of 818 Studios.
Thank you for listening to the show today, dear friends. I'm always happy to have you along the journey. If you're seeking deeper work, though, I'm going to invite you into one-on-one coaching with me. In my coaching work, I get to glean from my over 30 years of experience of working with individuals and leaders in the community on their spiritual journey. So I have a wealth of information that will help you along the journey, and it will be supportive. It will be supportive of your dreams, goals, and desires, but it will also be confrontive, because I am going to help you confront those limiting patterns and beliefs and help you break through those aspects and move into looking at life in a more holistic way. So even though it will be confrontive and at times even challenging, you will learn to grow, you will learn to prosper, and you will evolve into the person you have always wanted to be. Friends, the answers lie within you, and I am so honored to help empower you to live that truth and that goodness in the world. If you want to learn more about coaching with me, simply go to CynthiaAllisAnderson.com and go to the coaching section for more information. That's CynthiaAllisAnderson.com and go to coaching, and I'll be happy to set up a one-on-one call so we can discuss how I can best support your journey. Thanks again for joining me today, dear friend, and blessings on the journey.
Hey friends, Sean here, your Experience of the Soul producer. I want to take a moment to tell you about something truly exciting. The Soulworks online community, created by your host, Cynthia Alice Anderson, and available on the Mighty Networks app. If you're looking for a place where you can explore your spiritual path, connect with others, and grow in a meaningful way, then this is for you. Soulworks is so much more than an online community. It's a safe, inclusive space for spiritual exploration, self-discovery, and personal transformation. Inside the community, you'll find everything from uplifting spiritual studies to soul-centered growth practices, meditations, affirmations, and so much more. It's a space where you'll always be supported and never judged. The best part, membership is free. You'll have access to powerful resources, inspiring content, and a supportive group of like-minded people who are all on their own unique spiritual journeys. And if you're ready to dive deeper, there are premium options available to enhance your experience with a live Monday night talk series and extended, deeper meditations. If you're seeking a place to connect, grow, and nurture your soul, we would love to have you join us in the Soulworks community and see where this journey can take you. Visit my.soulworkscommunity.com today.